high-rises of the Oklahoma City Business District gleaming in the early evening light. It's an interconference contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And guys, taking a look at Dwayne Wade, what will we see from him?
Yeah, when he can get into the open court, he really puts his opponents on their heels because he's a threat to take it coast to coast every time he gets his hands on the ball.
Every chance he gets, he does it, that's for sure. It's fun to watch him run up and down. Well, one of the struggles for a young team is figuring out how to win on the road. And winning on the road is not just execution, it's preparation and mindset. And young teams struggle to put that together, and the Cavs were certainly a team that struggled with that.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. The drive by Anthony. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Wade for three. Rebound by Anthony. For the Cavaliers, being young was a big problem, and not having much luck with injuries was another. But, Steve, it can be tough to score points when you're on the road, and they struggle with that in a big way.
Well, they would end up in the bottom five in scoring last year while on the road, and that did them no favors. And defense, I mean, that was another issue. They couldn't stop anybody. So you combine bad offense, bad defense, going on the road, you're in some trouble.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Now George. And Wade sends it back. LeBron with it. George picks him up to the inside. Taken away by Anthony. And they're running from the baseline. And there's Paul George on the assist by Anthony.
You know, that's exactly how they wanted to run that possession, guys. Beautiful.
Now let's go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Brooks.
He said they've really got their work cut out for them, dealing with a player like Kevin Love, saying he's a 25 points per game scorer and can just dominate the glass. Defensively, you just can never leave him open. No open shots. Get a body on him the second a shot goes up. He knows it's easier said than done, but guys, that's the game plan.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
It was a great dunk, and also a great game we've got here.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And it's blocked by Adams. And Thompson kicks to LeBron. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and two shots coming up.
Well, LeBron is far enough along now in his career where you can start to project some of his career stats, and they're staggering. I mean, he could end up the first player ever to end up with 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. I mean, that's remarkable.
And both free throws good for LeBron. And when you talk about LeBron's ability to pile up stats, whether it's scoring, rebounding, or passing, Clark, he can do it all.
He really can. He's dominant in every facet of the game, and you love his durability and his stamina. He is a stat sheet stuffer supreme, and that's the highest level of stat sheet stuffing you can have, and he's at the pinnacle of the peak.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Wade passes to Thomas. Back to Wade. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside for Thomas. This one for three. And he gets it to go. Thomas got 5 points so far.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Westbrook. Down low, Anthony kicks to Adams. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
And it's Wade penetrating.
Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older, when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that the defenses will back off you, and that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
And, Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And, Kevin, he led all shooting guards in player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
Now here's Westbrook. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Jeff Green is checked in for Dwayne Wade. Rose against Westbrook. And he gets it to go. Rose has got his first bucket in this one.
Boy,